board meeting has come to order. We will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We will now have the roll call. Secretary Hughes Grubbs. Okay, would you please do us the honor?
Okay, Janevitz, Dawson,
Absent excused.
Gates,
Here.
here's the missing,
Here's, yeah.
Hughes Grubbs, here, Jeriga, Peters,
Here.
and Priest.
Here.
Hi, sweetie, how are you? Approval of agenda.
So move.
It's been moved by Jeriga and supported by Gates that the agenda be approved as submitted, but it's been moved and supported, and we can discuss if anybody has something on it that they want added. I do not hear any such situation, so all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed by saying no. The agenda is approved unanimously. Then the minutes to last month's meeting, which was our November meeting, November 12th, have been attached to your packets, which you have had for a couple of days, so hopefully you've had a chance to look them over. We can take a minute now, but a motion and support for approving the minutes is in order when anybody feels ready to make it.
I'll make that motion.
It is moved by Jeriga,
I'll second.
supported by Priest, that the meeting minutes for November 12th be approved as submitted. But however, before we take any votes, if anybody has any questions or comments, now is the time. Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by saying no. The minutes are approved with no dissenting votes, and I do compliment our secretary and our director who collaborate to do nice, concise minutes. And also, our meetings don't go until 10 and 11 o'clock at night anymore, so that's a good thing, so you can see the minutes. Now, we have meeting dates for the January, for the coming year, which are our next item on the agenda, and we probably need to discuss a little about them. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We've got the public comments first. I skipped.
No, thank you.
And, well, it's good, the public is well represented by the press, and we don't have any public comments tonight. Now we have the meeting dates to approve, and we might need, I just started rambling off into it. Our January meeting, which is January 14th, will this building be closed? Did we talk about that we just go ahead and have it in here even though the building's closed?
Yeah,
Where
we
to
plan to be
close?
we plan to be closed that week, but we can open that evening for the meeting.
We will
Yeah,
close the
yeah.
Friday before,
We're closing that Monday.
the Monday.
The day before.
What's
The
gonna
day
be happening?
I think here should make sense. Our most ardent and regular public member knows where to come to, and if anybody else wants to, they'll ask the independent to tell them where to come. Other than that, now the February 11th meeting, we should have the new building open.
We hope to be open by then in the new building.
We might be having our February meeting in our new meeting room. Boy,
And obviously, if something happens, we'll,
I think none of us can really
Figure it out
believe
closer to
this.
time.
I've been working on it steadily at every meeting, but I just can hardly believe it, that we're really gonna do this.
It's looking really good.
It sure
Oh,
is.
I went through it again today.
Fabulous.
Dan has a favorite shape. I never realized it from the drawings, but he's got so many round things
Yeah.
in the ceiling and
His
windows.
kids,
Really cool.
yeah,
Really cool.
there's a whole lot of,
Yeah, yeah. And the children's entrance is amazing.
beautiful.
It's
The lights are in. What are they
Not
doing?
yet. They got the tile in today, but no
Oh,
lights.
that's what they're doing now?
Yeah.
You better go over there before you leave.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Go through before you leave.
I love going the last time, but they probably done quite a bit since.
They have,
Oh, yeah.
I gotta go back over
They're
there
moving
too.
right along. They're starting to put carpet now on the first floor.
Wow.
When are you going back over to Joe?
I ordered.
Oh,
going today?
Thank you.
I'll go today.
Thank you, thank you. We
I'm gonna come later in
gotta
the week.
keep to our minutes, and I need somebody to do that when I run a meeting, because I can wander. So these are our meeting dates, and it looks like despite our move, we'll be able to keep all the dates, and if something comes up, we'll let you know, but, so put these in your calendar, but we do need to formally approve them, I do believe,
So
so.
moved.
There's a motion by Jerica, support by Gates, who wants to get out of here.
Need some
All
coffee.
those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed by saying no. Except for, there is a problem here because it says the 2019 meeting dates are as follows. It says 2020 on the top of the page,
Yeah.
and it says 2019. It's very rare that I do. So I want you to note that, put it in the newspaper. Sharon did proofreading. The next thing is the district library closure dates for 2020. These two should go, well, you don't have to put them in your calendar, but this is the same, basically, that we've had for, except for the January 13th through February 7th, which is a big thing. So,
that's a little less, there's a company moving, right?
Yes,
It's still a lot.
it's a lot to do in that time.
Yeah.
it's a short,
That's less than
fairly
a
short
month
period,
now.
yeah. We're gonna all be busy, and as many library board members who can pitch in, please do. Anyway, so I won't get in trouble, let's keep moving. This should be approved as well, and so we need a motion and a second.
Okay, before we do that, can you give me the dates again?
What?
Closure?
They're on
Do you
here.
have this?
Here.
Okay.
You go through, they're right here, and it's closures through from January 13th through February 7th. But it's in your packet, about 3 pages down. Moved by Gates, supported by Priest. Seconded by Priest, and we can discuss them if there's other things on here. Veterans Day, do we always close for Veterans Day? This year was a ridiculous day, so you couldn't hardly get here if you wanted to on Veterans Day.
The snow.
That was that one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that day. I couldn't remember if some places close, some don't, so we do. Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed by saying no. So the ayes have it with unanimously, no dissenting votes, and we will, Christmas is on a Saturday? How is that?
It's on a Friday.
There's a
Oh,
leap year.
Christmas is on a Friday and it's a leap year. And we're closing Saturday just because it doesn't make sense, okay. The staff will love us. So now, the copy machine purchase. I'll have to defer to our director to tell us what we're gonna talk about there.
We need to purchase copy machines for the new library in the branch. Our existing copiers are getting long in the tooth, so this is the timing is actually very good on this.
Yeah, AT&T came 2 days in a row, they finally got that old broken pole taken out and all brand new pole.
Yay.
So it's really putting back up, they have to set new pole, that's what we have to have DTE, set new pole.
Yeah.
In the-
Yeah, we're trying to get straightened out. I guess that and our stairs are kind of
The curtain wall,
which is,
they
that's the
should,
glass
yeah,
around
they
the
said they
tower.
would be, start working on it this week.
They're starting to put it on.
Do they?
Yeah, the front
I
end,
looked
yeah,
at it today.
On the first floor.
they've got it done, but not the glass.
Ah,
And, I think that's all the big stuff. It's coming together.
well, good.
How's the circular staircase look?
Pardon me?
How does the circular staircase look?
Beautiful. I thought it was gonna be wider, but it's cool.
It
It
is.
looks good.
It'll look better when it has a rail.
I really, I was-
Yeah.
I
yeah.
haven't yet
And-
been
and
in
the
since I
tile.
put the stairs
Yeah.
in. I didn't put the stairs in when you were there.
No, it wasn't in, but it was really
Looks
long.
very
Really,
cool.
yeah.
I have pictures.
Oh.
Mhm.
Pass that down.
That's gonna make the biggest difference. I
Oh,
think.
yeah.
Yeah, and
It's
those
just
light
having
Such a great
fixtures.
personality.
Is this
It's
the
great.
Big
colors
and
gonna be
the
on
orange.
It's not gonna paint it.
That's at the bottom, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that the color
It's gonna be
is,
No,
silver.
no, that's,
no, that's
Silver
not
or something.
color.
pardon me?
But that
Color's
doesn't,
gonna be.
Yeah, it's
No,
not
it's
tiled
the
yet.
tiles, I don't know.
Yeah, they still need to tile it.
Yeah.
The
It's so
cement-
dramatic though.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Well, looking down, it looks cool too. Well, I think our public will like our building,
Yeah,
their building.
yeah, our collective building, we are very, very happy. I had out-of-town guests in, of course, I had to make them look, we were going into the bayou, but the reason to go to the bayou is so you can look at the library.
My grandsons have to come over every weekend, we have to go by the library every week.
Yeah.
Yeah, to see what's going on. There you go, Rosemary gets to see it too, maybe you could take the phone back to Mary Jo.
When you're done.
Is that all for the
think
building
that's it.
committee report? Any other questions, comments? We will move on to the bylaws committee report. John?
I have nothing.
No report. Finance, Barbara?
Well, I would refer to our executive director.
No report.
Go, that's very good. We did stuff before. Marketing. Alma?
No report.
Okay. We're still on track with all our
Activities. I'm
activities.
glad we didn't have the Winter Fest parade. I'm glad we did
It
not.
was cold.
Well, they had a parade.
They
Did
did.
anybody
Yeah, we
go? Yeah, I'm
You
glad
couldn't
we
see
did.
anything, it's so dark, it's okay.
Well, you didn't,
Yeah,
yeah,
dark and
you
cold.
went with your grandkids,
Oh, and we
stood out
watched.
there?
We watched it.
Uh-huh. Nobody here walked in it. I was gonna
No.
walk in it and I gave out, so I didn't. It's just as well. Cause I gave out before, I can't imagine what I would've been like if I had tried to walk in it. So then, now we do have, on item E, we have things to do. And I will defer to our personnel committee chair, Linda Priest, and I believe she and her trustee.
Yes, Barbara and I met. The Belleville Area District Library Personnel Committee evaluated Director Mary Jo Suchi in the following areas. And you all got your forms, and
Yeah.
filled them out, and I'm really grateful. Thank you for turning them in. Applied library knowledge, relationship development, leadership and management, and marketing and program development. We used a scale from 1 to 6, as you'll remember, 6 being outstanding. Members of the personnel committee were given evaluation sheets, and the rest of the library board were given the sheets, and encouraged to fill them out and return them by December 4th. The evaluation sheets were anonymous. After receiving all the evaluation sheets, the Personnel Committee, with assistance from Hillary Savage, met on December 4th to compile and score them. The results showed that our director was above average in all categories, and accompanying comments were overwhelmingly positive. After discussion with Mary Jo and with the committee, we talked to Mary Jo regarding what her goals were for this year and how she felt she progressed with those goals. The Personnel Committee is recommending a 3.7% raise for Mary Jo for the coming year. We as a committee believe Mary Jo has performed her job more than satisfactorily, and as this next year will be equally as demanding as this last year, we believe this compensation is appropriate. So at this time, hopefully we will vote on that, on our proposal.
So our mission is to approve, if we choose, the recommendation of the Personnel Committee. So we'll take a motion for that.
Linda?
You wanna make the motion?
I motion that we give Mary Jo, our director, a 3.7% raise for the coming year.
I second.
It is moved and supported, moved by Priest, supported by Hughesgrove, that our executive director receive a 3.7% raise, and noting that that she was scored highly by all the board.
In a very challenging year.
Very,
Very challenging.
we know this year, coming year will be.
So before I whoop it up, let's finalize. Are there comments?
So in real dollars,
Yes.
that's what Rosemary wants to know, real dollars.
I insist that she has to take it.
Yeah, she has to take it, she can't give it to the rest of the staff or whatever.
I forgot.
And that was the only thing that Mary Jane, missing the meeting, had to say, is that she wanted to make sure that Mary Jo had, that the raise, she would recommend.
Where did
a
you
raise.
come up with the 3.7? Yeah.
Because
Is that the cost of living?
all people did not give her a 6. So when we compiled,
If I knew that, I would have changed mine to 6s.
Most work.
Wait, teacher, is that what you do?
yeah, you average, we had to average it out.
That's what we did,
So,
yeah.
yeah, we averaged it out
Oh,
by
I didn't realize
And
it.
we wanted to justify what we were doing, so
Okay.
So we have documentation.
Okay.
we had to have
What-
documentation for
What's the
one
cost of living?
thing.
Less than that.
Okay.
So in real
Mary Jo
That
dollars,
just
was
loves this.
in real dollars, it was.
Yeah, we'd like to know the real
I forgot.
dollars.
It was 83,997
Would be
I forgot.
what she
Was
goes to.
over, yeah, it was 81, she was at 81,
She was at
so
81
now
dollars.
83,997.
So teachers get paid.
That's still not,
Not this
that's
teacher.
not a high compensation for the load that
No,
Mary
no.
Jo
Not,
carries.
not for what she does.
We wanted to be prudent, but we wanted to show her how much we appreciate her. And we know that, you know, everybody on this board does, and the
And we went on
community does.
past, we
Yes.
looked at our history, or
Mhm.
increases in the past, we just didn't pull it out of thin air.
Hope we have not totally embarrassed you.
Oh, just a little.
We want to be good stewards of the dollars.
That's a good word.
Well, right, but
We feel like she really has done a wonderful job
and deserves a
and
compensation.
deserves it.
Well, the fact that you all did so with purpose and thought and that stewardship comment is important, because that's what our job as board members.
That's how we took it. We took it very seriously. And we talked about it a lot and, you know, bounced things off Hillary because she helped us with the averages and things, so.
What does the staff get, right, in terms of raises?
They usually get a 2.5%.
That's more than she got last year.
I know, and then one year she wouldn't, we're not letting her do that.
No.
right now.
No.
But, so, when are people comfortable for us to take the vote? There's a motion on the floor, which is duly moved and
I'll for
seconded.
the vote.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed by saying no. The motion carries unanimously, and on this, I would say we give a standing oath. She deserves,
Very generous there, lots of
she
balls.
deserves the,
That was the best evaluation.
I think it's the best evaluation I've ever given anyone. I was a boss for years, but Mary Jo, what she's handled, and I know the way she's handled this year. And I really can't think of something that could improve her. Just keep doing what you're doing, sweetheart, because we need it.
She's almost in tears.
Well, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to move her. I want you to know we're trying to move her to tears. But we are very fortunate. It makes us all look good because our director is so able. So we, and I think the one missing member from our group tonight will be pleased.
Yeah,
That was the only comment that she had to say by missing coming, is that she wanted to make sure we did right on that one. So thank you very much, Mary Jo, just deeply thank you. Now we have another item, Mary Jane isn't here, but last month, she did talk to us about the facilities use policy, which she worked very hard on. The committee worked on Alma and Mary Jane. I attended most of those meetings, and Hillary and Mary Jo. And we had it last time, but it had just come back from the attorney. And so basically, I don't think we really changed much from last month to this, but we wanted everybody to really have a chance to look it through. So now we are, even while we're missing Mary Jane being here, we are asking the board to approve this month.
Where, on the second page here, where do we take phone calls? Where do we encourage? We can't take a phone call in the room. And supposedly on here it says we take phone calls outside the room. The reason I'm asking this is because Hillary asked me for my telephone booth in my barn, and I said she could have it. And
I'm not sure if we have room, that's.
and Dan said no. It's lovely.
Yeah.
Dan was a British telephone
We
booth.
like the idea,
Antique.
Okay, yeah, okay.
But no one.
But we especially don't want people in the quiet study room making a phone call.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
definitely for quiet study.
And also, the study room shall be left in clean and orderly condition. In the event they're dirty, they'll be assessed for the damages. So the person who took the name out in their name, they're accountable, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
We have their deposit.
yeah.
No,
There's no deposit, is there?
No, we took it out.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was an idea that didn't.
There, no admission can be charged for any how about a donation?
Oh, yeah, a donation can always be accepted.
She's questioning that one.
Oh, for
We
using,
make, the intent of this is for it to be nonprofit endeavor, so we don't want someone coming and running
Sell
the
Tupperware.
meeting and sell Tupperware.
Or our oil, essential oils, or we have all kinds of schemes, people trying to sell stuff.
Oh.
You have to decide about tutors, so.
No, okay.
So there'll be some
whether
kind of,
they can be paid, or they're paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so there'll be some kind of form that they have to sign though.
Tutors are not going to be, and tutors are gonna be in the 2 or 4 person study rooms, they're not gonna be in the large meeting rooms.
Okay.
It's mostly the large meeting rooms that we wanna make sure that doesn't become a commercial venture.
Yeah, but when you were saying donations, I was saying donations to the library.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Somebody can donate to the
Okay.
library.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
If they want to reserve a room
That doesn't
and make
get
a
their room.
donation,
They could do that, yeah.
Okay.
you can
They
just
can reserve a room for free, but they can make a donation
Yeah.
for.
Put the money in the
Good.
library.
But when they reserve it, they have to sign something.
Yes, they fill out an application.
Yeah, and so on there it'll
For the
say
meeting
that
room and the.
if they do not leave it in the,
Right,
then they would have to pay a clean
Right.
fee. So they'll know.
right.
It talks here about the library and the bulletin boards, plural.
Lord, we talked
How
about
many
that.
how many bulletin boards do you have? For advertising or,
I think there's one
There's,
downstairs.
there's one downstairs,
by
we
the
might have a
copy
smaller one
machine.
upstairs.
there's not a
so-
kiosk at all?
I don't know yet,
Okay,
so this policy has to,
It's
and be a little
evolving.
general
But a
right now.
kiosk is
until we-
different
yeah,
It's
than,
evolving, yeah.
what's that?
it's different, well,
Then a
kiosk, the way
bulletin
I'm
board.
thinking of,
Just a round object? or-
oh, no, I think of it as a,
Mhm.
No.
like a TV that's giving out
That's
library
what they do.
information.
Oh,
That's,
Yeah.
that's the usual
That's a-
definition.
Yeah.
Well, no, kiosk, I thought, like people set up in the shop like a booth to sell stuff, and people
Well,
have
they have
kiosks.
kiosk pay your
Yeah,
taxes. and all
they
that.
have
It's like
kiosks that are,
yours.
I don't,
Description. I don't know, John has a different, he has your same idea, the round thing that you.
No, they would
Put
vote
stuff
on
on
it,
it.
yeah.
right. So that's interesting, that's something that we can research, yes.
But we're talking about
The meaning of the word
old-fashioned
kiosk.
bulletin boards.
Where are you finding bulletin boards from? Where are you located?
Third page.
Third page, handouts, posters, next to the last sentence.
First served basis on library bulletin board.
First served,
And
first
then
served
you
basis
no
on
larger than
library
11 by
bulletin boards.
17. You see, by 11 by 17,
Yeah,
prior to
and
that.
that's, that sentence, see, 11 by 17, go backwards.
On every bulletin boards. Well, we might just have one board, but we reserve the right to have more than one. We quite possibly will, it's a two-story building.
Okay,
You might have one
Maybe
that
John
you
can
know,
come and
you-
wear one of those
We
boards,
might have a
I can
bulletin-
do this.
We might have a bulletin board at the branch.
placard guy, what do they call people who wear those
That's
little
it.
boards?
You might have one branch, John.
Well, and you may have one, although that would be a public one for advertising youth programs and one of, might be one of.
Anywhere.
The teen programs, I don't know. But even if you have one at Sumter, it's still plural.
Right.
Yeah. Plural will allow us whatever we need, that little S.
That way I don't have to come back in February and say, hey, you need to.
We've gotta redo the whole thing, because we added a bulletin board. But it is, this Mary Jo emphasized with the committee that this is kind of like gonna be a living document, so we're putting our best guess out there, and then as we get in the building and things happen, we may have to.
How do you reserve the rooms now?
You call ahead of time.
You can call.
You don't have an online
We do have
system.
an online system as well. For the giant rooms, the giant meeting room and the conference room, we're gonna require people to come in and fill out an
You're saying
application
for the new building. I was
But for
gonna
the-
say
but for
what-
like the study rooms, you can sign up online.
Do people sign up for this, for rooms here online?
Yes.
I don't, but people do. Okay,
All right, I make a motion that we approve the facilities use policy.
there's a motion by Chehevitz with support by
Gates.
Gates.
Excellent report.
And Mary Jane gets a lot of credit on this.
She's good.
She is very detail oriented in these things. So, any further discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by saying no. This motion, this policy has been approved unanimously, and that's a wonderful thing. And that's been a lot of work, and again, we thank our staff and Mary Jane and Barbara and I for thinking this through, and the whole board for discussing it. So that takes care of our committee reports. And now we have to get back to our regular bookkeeping type things, our accounts payable, which are in your packet as always. And boy, oh boy, have we bought a lot of books this, I do a lot of check signing, and we bought a lot of books. Instead of spending most of our money like for the construction people and all that stuff, which we've been doing over the last few months, we spent a lot of money on books. So that's one thing, this library will definitely have a lot of books.
Where are you are these going on the
Ba-
shelves?
Yes, Baker and Taylor is storing them for us.
Okay,
And they will deliver them.
Good.
And this is not all the books that we are, and then we had some from the library network, we bought TLN, yeah, we bought quite a few things. So,
I move that the, accounts payable
we approve our,
be approved as presented. Do we have to make a motion for that one?
yeah,
Second.
there's a motion, motion by Gates and support by Juriga that we approve accounts payable as presented. Any further questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed by saying no. We are finished with that piece of business. Then the next item in our packet is for information. It has been thoroughly vetted by the building committee. This is where we've been spending lots and lots of money.
Yeah.
And Mary Jo and Dan go over every little thing in this, so once they have
On the,
signed off,
On the second page, it says no work, 291,000, that's just for the new library, that's not for Sumter, correct?
Correct.
Okay, good, thank you.
oh, yeah. Sumter
Is
is,
there no Sumter prices on this?
None of this, this is
Okay.
all.
Okay, good.
yeah, this is all stuff goes through
O'Neill.
O'Neill. So that's for information. So that moves us to the director's report. Mary Jo?
I am standing to give an ovation to my staff.
Deserves it.
For one, because I could not do what I do without them. And they are phenomenal, so I share my grade with them, because they have been so, they're always so wonderful, but they have really been beyond wonderful this past year. In being flexible and stepping into the breach and doing whatever needs to be done. So I just want to share that with you, that you know, they're amazing. All right, talked about the branch, we talked about the ribbon cutting, we have rescheduled it for Monday, January 13th at 10 a.m. TechLogic is going to be on site at this building next week to start installing the automated materials handling system. And they will train us in how to use it, so we've been working with them quite a bit over the past couple of weeks and getting all of the little details worked out. They need to know each particular item type that we use in our collection and what goes with what. They need to know each code for each library that's in our shared system, so there are a lot of little details that they need to know about. We've been winding down our programming. Probably our last program for the year has been the gingerbread decorating during the Winter Fest. We did have Santa about a week or so ago. And
Was that well attended?
And
I didn't come
it
this
was
year.
pretty well attended, yeah.
Last year I did.
And I have to tell you, I've been asking Santa for a new library for many years in a row. So I thanked him this year for the new library.
You were a good girl.
But I did,
But listen to her line.
but I did tell him that he didn't tell us that some assembly was required.
Cute stuff.
That was the cutest thing. She has been working to get that assembly required, to take care of the required assembly.
We have been starting to accept applications for part-time librarians and part-time library assistants. That is ongoing right now. The Friends of the Library are going to have their annual meeting on January 11th that they normally have, where they elect officers and do the reports for the year, all of the business things that they have to do.
So that's just before the closure.
Just before the closure. They are going to save their awards
part,
and the fun part of the meeting, the awards and the party part until later on
Until the new building.
in the new building. So
Oh,
in
that'll be
April, they will have that.
Good, good.
They're planning on having a big party during National Library Week.
Oh,
Okay.
And the theme for National Library Week this year is Find Your Place at the Library. So I think that's a perfect
Very
theme for us
appropriate.
moving into our new library.
I can hardly believe it.
And that's all I have.
That's, and we can tell that our director has been busy because she didn't give us extra reading.
I know.
I think this is the
No
first
homework.
time I remember not having some extra items, but we have been busy around here. And it is your time, it's almost gonna be, you have a question, not a comment for trustee comments?
I have to ask you exactly that.
Please do.
And I wanted the meeting to hurry up. So the applications are on the website, or where are?
The applications are
advertising?
they're advertised on the website. We also posted through the library network. We posted at Wayne State University Library School.
For the job
And we put an ad in the paper as well.
You're not looking for librarians.
We're looking for
Wonderful.
part-time librarians and we're looking for library assistants right now.
Okay.
And library assistants don't have a library degree, do they have to be?
They have to have a bachelor's degree.
We prefer them to have an associate's degree
Yeah.
or a
And
degree,
library
some kind of
science?
comparable, no, just an associate's degree.
Okay,
Some kind of comparable library experience that we will also entertain. Probably in the coming weeks, we will also be advertising for library clerks.
So as long as the general public, I mean, they'll be in the independent, so
Right.
our citizens can see them.
Hopefully,
my
we're fortunate to have local folks in the library, and hopefully we can get some more people that live within our district. But we have a great library staff, I have to agree with our director there. Well, thank you, Mary Jo. Our next item on the agenda is trustee comments. And we could start in the middle with trustee
Okay, I
Gates.
just wanted to say, I received my newsletter today.
Yeah.
So I stopped everything to read it, and it's very good as far as making the public aware of the timetable. But I like the way that we had that one pager that had all the dates, because I was kind of confused with everything that's going on, but it was very informative. I want to thank you for that.
Yeah.
Came out quickly.
The new library, what you should know, I think that's,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah,
really
yeah.
good.
And you guys, what's yours?
Because I got it out of my mailbox today. And put it in my car to bring with me. That's all, then we'll move to John.
yeah, last week I was walking through the new library with Dan, I had some issues, and he was ahead of me, and there was a contractor walking through the building with the plans, walking kind of fast. I says, if you've got any problems with these drawings, this guy did the drawings. And the contractor says, oh no, he's the best drawings I've ever seen.
Okay.
So he said, easy to follow, so.
What a setup, John.
Huh?
What a setup.
No. Dan didn't say
You know,
anything.
Dan was
He
paying
smiled.
the guy to say that.
No, they are good drawings. That's it.
Well, thank you, we've done really well. Then we go around to Alma. Who's working very hard in her job.
Well, I just wanted to thank Mary Jo for the outstanding job she's done through the years. I don't think there's anything you can ask for her to do that she's not willing to do, and she puts a lot of time and effort and energy, and she gets along very well with her staff as well as the patrons. And, thank you for spearheading and getting in front and running with this project. And for everyone else, happy holidays, because I know we won't meet as a group collectively.
Thank you. Linda?
I did want you to tell Hillary how much I appreciated her help, and I think we both, Barbara and I both did. She was very supportive and knowledgeable, yes. So
And now you two are veterans of this board.
Yeah,
You've
it was
been
nice.
through the
It was nice.
grind.
Yes, it was very nice. And as you know, I've been telling you that I will be gone for the next few months, but I'm gonna read my board packs online and I'll send my comments to you, so maybe you can discuss them at the meeting. I'd like to do like FaceTime or something, but, you know, you might not have weren't you telling me that you don't have the bandwidth or something to?
Yeah, I don't know
do
if that would be.
We don't know, so I'm not gonna have to do that, but I will keep in touch
Look,
by
as
email.
long as we can keep in good contact with you,
Yes.
you're certainly
Mhm.
gone
And
for a
anything you
good
need.
reason.
Anything you need, please, keep me in the loop about it all.
And keep those baby pictures
I
coming.
know.
It's
Yeah.
possible we could Skype, because we've done that before.
Well, if you could, let me know, I would be glad to, and I do that sometimes with my church meetings, so.
Mm.
I'll miss you all, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Thank you, and safe travels.
Yeah, we're driving to Texas, so.
I know you're gonna have so much fun.
Yes.
But at least it'll be in the winter.
Yeah.
You'll be away
yeah.
from
Yeah.
here,
It's
yeah.
gonna be hard to be gone for 3 months, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
it would be.
but still.
Still,
we're
but
a
that's
baby.
that's the better 3 months to miss.
Yeah,
if you
true,
can
yeah,
miss.
very true.
Well, this says, I'm assuming I'm next.
Yes. you-
This says that I was absent, but I want you to know that I was just a little late.
A day late and $1 short.
I came on Wednesday. I was on vacation that week and my days were all off. And I came on Wednesday and I'm like, why is the board, as I'm walking up, why is the board singing? Because they had the sing-along program and I'm like, oh my God, it's Wednesday, I missed it. I couldn't believe I did that. So,
A day late, she came.
so anyway, I'm glad you could.
Well, we
carry on
muddled
without me.
through without you. We kind of muddled on our building reports because
Yeah,
you do a
because
really
Mary Jo
remarkable
was set
job.
up to, without any warning.
And my notes with you.
Yeah, yep.
Well, we are gonna end in a very good timing. I have a couple of things. My work for the rest of this year, which is not much, is still working on our donor stuff so that the legacy items for which there's donor support, we're putting together signage, and it's a lot of detail, it's a lot of finishing detail that we'll have to get through. We wanna let all our donors know that potentially we won't have it all done by the soft opening of the library, but we will have it done by, our plan is to have it all done by the grand opening in July. But we'll be communicating with donors. We have started with some of the larger donors because Dan has started working on the signage, and it's just gonna be so lovely. But it's complicated, we were very successful and we are very grateful for the support of the community in supporting all of this, but we want to get everything right and be in touch with everybody. So that's my assignment for the remainder of this year and the early months of 2020. Preparing working with the marketing committee to prepare our many community celebrations of our move. And then I wanted to follow up on what Barbara said about the newsletter. This is the very first time that I can remember that the newsletter we submitted, and then we always had to wait, something happens in the mailing and the this and that. So this time I said, well, it never comes until January anyway, so I wrote it in the idea that it'd be January. So I said something, I opened by saying, as I write this, we're working on these finishing touches, but when you receive this, it'll be almost time to open. Well, now they got it out before Christmas. So, that it's still, of the information in here is still straight, and it's a great way to communicate it. And I think the people are watching them. I'm getting more comments anyway from people who saw the newsletter, and I think when they get in the building, I agree with our building committee chair. I think our public will be pleased. So with that,
Madam Chair, I make the motion that this meeting be adjourned.
And that motion is supported by Gates, who wants to get out of here. And it's the other, all in, I,